What's going on? I'm back. I'm not sure how many people even watch on a regular basis, or if most of the views are like a one-time view or whatever, but for anyone that does watch consistently, one, thank you, and two, sorry I missed quite a few weeks there in a row. The excuse is that my truck was in the shop, but that's not really a great excuse because I could have done some other stuff as well, but we were on vacation in Lake Powell and doing some other things, so had a little bit of time off, and I just do this for fun anyway. So, but we're finally going camping. I missed actually going. It's not about just missing the videos. I love to go every single week and do this stuff all the time. So glad to be getting back out again. It's the 4th of July weekend, which means most canyons anywhere near us, if it's an easy accessible camping spot, it's probably going to be taken. So, which is honestly a good thing because I want to go farther and explore some more stuff anyway. So we're going to hit some trails that it won't be hard for the truck, but it would be hard to get a trailer there. We're going to go a little bit farther than we normally do into the mountains and try and find a cool spot to camp for the night where there's not a bunch of people. So right behind me is kind of the main entrance to where we're gonna start heading for this trip. I'm gonna air down the tires since we have a pretty rocky trail ahead of us. I only do it if it's like a long enough distance that it's like worth the comfort. And then obviously airing down makes you a lot more off-road capable too. So nothing will do like requires you to be aired down for like as far as performance, but it definitely helps no matter what you're doing. And then mostly it's about your ride comfort airing down. So I run on the road, I run a little bit lower than most people. I run like 35-ish PSI, which might be a little too low for the road, but it makes it so that when I'm off road, which is quite a bit, I don't always have to air down because I'm not at like 40 or something. So I'm gonna air down to about 20 is usually where I air down to, even though I could go lower. So we'll air down and head up there. So here's the plan for our route. We're up a canyon right now in Idaho. We're gonna head up this canyon. It's gonna get kind of nasty and rocky at one point for quite a while. It's gonna be kind of this steep grade that's really rocky and will be pretty fun to 4x4 up. Eventually we'll summit, get to the top of that, and then we will camp there for the night, and then tomorrow morning we won't come back this way. We'll actually go out out of a Utah canyon. So we'll go out of Logan Canyon tomorrow morning and kind of finish the loop that way. So it'll kind of be a giant loop back home rather than going one way and coming back out the same way. So I think we're just about through all of the really rocky parts. Yep, here we are. So we're at pretty much the top now, I guess you could say. I mean, there's not really a top. There's still lots of places and trails you can go, but pretty much the highest that we're gonna get. And now the road's a little more mellow, and then we're just headed to find a camp spot that we should be to here in the next few minutes. I was up here on a dirt bike earlier this morning on a dirt bike ride, and I saw this spot and then I marked it on my Onyx because I wanted to come camp here. So hopefully no one's taken it by now, but not many people can make it up that nasty rock road, so hopefully they didn't come in from the other way and steal it. What you think?
It's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, whoa, it's so cute.
And there's shade.
Oh, that's dope.
Okay, I'm liking this spot. This is cool. So I'm gonna set up our camp real quick. We're gonna get started right on dinner because we are pretty hungry. I think I say that every video. Mostly because by the time we get up here, it's later than when we would normally eat dinner. So we're gonna do that. Okay, so for dinner, this is what we decided to do. At our local grocery store, they sell chicken that's like pre-seasoned. They're just like chicken breasts. So we're gonna cook those up in a pan. And then we're gonna try this out. It's like pre-made macaroni and cheese, and we're just gonna heat it up in a pot, and it's got bacon in it too. So chicken, mac and cheese, and we also grabbed some chips and salsa as well. So we're gonna get that going and hopefully eat soon. What do you think?
It's good. I do want that sauce for the chicken.
Yeah. We've got a little bit of daylight left. We finished our dinner, and so we're on a walk trying to see the sunset before the sun goes down. Do you remember what we had for dinner last time? Do you even remember what it was?
Corn dogs?
Yeah. I was just wondering if you remembered or not.
That was a disaster.
This was a slightly more adult dinner than what we did last time. Last time we just cooked corn dogs. This time we were adults. We made some chicken.
Look at us.
And the corn dogs took like 4 times longer to cook.
Corn dogs were kind of a hot mess.
Than our dinner tonight. That was honestly very easy.
Camp air fryer if we want to do corn dogs or something.
Yeah, that we do. We might need to get that Blackstone one that just came out. Mm-hmm. So last year at this exact same weekend, we were camping over the 4th of July. And I did kind of a gear overview, and it did pretty well for views as far as like stuff for my channel goes. And I always at least show you guys something to do with gear, but I don't always do like a big overview every single time in every video of what's going on. But so I figured this would be a good time to show you any updates that I have going on for just the gear here, things that I've changed since last year, and a lot has changed since then. So I'm just going to go over and show you like a super brief overview of kind of the setup we got going on this year. And it'll change again, I'm sure, in the next few months, but we'll do an overview for now and kind of show you what we got going on. So for a lot of the items here, I have like usually a dedicated video for it. Not everything. If there's something that I don't have a video for that's not linked and you want to see more about it, you can let me know in the comments. But a lot of this stuff here has its own dedicated video, so this is not like super in-depth of every single item. But I'll try and link individual videos and reviews and stuff as we go along throughout this. Still just got a regular Aquatainer. I've been using this for like a lot of years. They work really good. They're from Walmart. They're like $20. I don't yet understand why you would need anything more expensive or crazier than that. They work just fine. Probably the biggest change to the gear recently was adding a 12-volt fridge. So this fridge is from Bouge RV. There's a dedicated video on this whole thing if you're looking at getting into a 12-volt fridge. And this one's like a 40-liter. I didn't want to do something super big because we very rarely are out for more than one day at a time, honestly. It's usually always like an overnight camping trip. So we didn't need some massive fridge. So yeah, this fridge has been sweet. Like probably the biggest game changer to my setup in a long time. So really cool. Has dual zones. You can do a freezer and a fridge if you want. Still tons of space if you do a few days. Super easy to work and control. And then it just runs off of my EcoFlow. So that's kind of tucked away back in there, but that's kind of what powers everything. So it'll be kind of dark in there, but that is my EcoFlow River 2 Max. So that's a 500 watt power station. And for now, it's enough power, but we might need some more power at some point. The fridge is on a slide from Alltop. So I just got this on Amazon, and then I just drilled it into my bed. I know that scares a lot of people, but you just kind of drill holes, attach the bolts. That way everything's secure, and then that just slides in and out. That way you just have good and easy access to the fridge. and then it's really secure in there as well. This right here is kind of a bin of just like a lot of, not necessarily randomness, but just a few of the larger items. So it's really the only bin now that I have to keep. I used to have like 4 or 5 bins stacked in there, and they all had different things. And then over the years, I've slowly just like taken stuff out and just kind of minimalized. And the more you minimalize, it actually makes your trips better because it's just easier to deal with less stuff. So that's just like cooking stuff, like my GSI cookware, this griddle, and then also my geyser shower is in there. So we don't shower very often, but most because it's overnight trips, but that geyser shower is nice when we need it. That's a Camp Chef stove. That's the Everest 2X backcountry stove that they sell at Camp Chef. Super high BTUs. It's like 20,000 per burner, and it works awesome. This people have been really interested about, so just know that this also has a dedicated video about it because I'm not going to show you every item in here. But this is just the Milwaukee Packout system. So the Packout system has like a bajillion different like attachments that you can add. So whatever you want, you can do 3 drawers, 4 drawers, the double drawers, and they all just kind of click together. So if you're not familiar with how these Milwaukee Packouts work, like, so that's 2 different things that you would buy. The drawers there, this is just a deep organizer, and then everything just keeps clicking and stacking, and so you can kind of just outfit those however you want. And so I realized that these are designed for tools, but that they would work really, really well for kitchen storage. So this is pretty much everything we need for our camp kitchen, and it's nice because they're actually on like real slides, and you can actually get in there and have good access to like all your stuff. And then they have these like really cool built-in dividers that you can kind of like move around and organize and customize. So everything like fits like almost more organized than you would have like your kitchen at home. So that's pretty slick. And then just a lot of organization on the deep organizer up there. Next, this is a table from Camp Chef. This is a full aluminum table. It's really nice to use. This is what I use for propane now. I'm having a hard time remembering what I actually had in last year's video versus what I have now, and how much of this is the same and how much is different. But I switched away from the 1 pound bottles, the green Coleman 1 pound bottles, and went with an Ignik 5 pound propane, just so it lasts longer. And it's just, I prefer to do that instead. So in the summer, I carry this around with me. I love Milwaukee tools, so anything they sell that is of interest to me, I love having. So this is just for the summer we use it. It's just a little portable fan that you just literally slide in any of your Milwaukee batteries. And I use these batteries while we're out already because I use them for sawzalls and drills, and then I even have the Milwaukee tire inflator too. So I'm already carrying these batteries around, so that's why it made sense just to do this for when it happens to be really hot. This actually makes a lot of difference in the tent. You wouldn't think it would because it's not like real AC at all, but just having some air moving in there on a hot summer night makes a big difference. All right, next, I've had the Solo stove for a while. I think we had that last year too. I really don't like being smoky, and I don't really love most propane fire pits yet. There are some good ones coming out now, but for now, that thing's working awesome. And then we have some new chairs here that my wife hates, but they're awesome. Why don't you like them?
They're the worst.
She doesn't like them because I guess they're not as comfy as our big lounge ones from Kelty. But these are the Front Runner expander chairs, and I actually think they're really comfy. So I don't know what she's talking about, but I still think they're way comfy, and I like how small they fold. So both of these fold up into like squares like this big, and then it has like a double carrying case they fit in. And so literally both of these chairs fold up in a square like that big.
Look at this. Look at this cup holder.
Okay, it's not as good of a cup. They make a side table. Maybe we need to get you the side table attachment for them. But
something like that.
I get that they're not like as big and loungy as our Kelty ones, but those when they're folded up are still like this big. So I liked having something smaller. And then I know it's getting dark, but the last thing is, this is my 23-0 Armadillo A3 tent. So it's A stands for aluminum, so it's their aluminum hard shell. And 3, I don't really know what the 3 stands for, but it's just the bigger of the two, so they make an A2 and an A3. The 3, when it's open, is the dimensions of like a California King, but yet still the width of a regular king. So it's like a really big mattress in there, which is something we needed, since usually we have our little boy with us, but he's with my parents tonight. And then there's a lot of stuff in the truck that I won't show you. That's kind of like permanent like stuff in there that I keep all the time. That's also, I'll try and link another video for that as well, where I go through like every compartment in my truck and show what's in there. Mostly because I don't think anything's in there has changed for a while. It's all pretty much the same, so I'll link that video. But yeah, that's kind of an update to the gear for 2024, and it changes all the time. But just figured it'd be worth doing it again since we did it last year as well.